Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make the Times Square earrings. Now, of course, I had to bring out a big, beautiful round crystal here, and this is a Preciosa crystal in crystal velvet. So you can see that it's just got a really nice little sort of silvery shine to it. Now, I'm going to be using some sterling silver findings here, so I have some chain, I have some head pins here. I am also going to be using some earring posts, and I have some earring backs. Now the tools are really basic for this. So all we're going to need here is we're going to need a pair of round nose pliers, a pair of chain nose pliers, a pair of bent chain nose pliers, and a pair of flush cutters. So really basic tools here, and that's all you're going to need. So let me draw your attention back over here. Now we are going to be making 2 earrings here, and I have just a little bit of a length of chain. So this is great if you have some scrap chain lying around, so you can actually kind of either cut it in half or however you want to do this. But I'm going to bring out my ruler here and show you how I'm going to measure this. Kind of get my tools out of the way there. There we go. So now, actually let me put it this way. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I want to have at least a good 2-inch drop. So I'm going to sort of place my bead just about there so that I'm actually going to do probably about 1.5 inches for each piece of chain. Now, like I said, if you want to do something longer or shorter, you can absolutely do that, but this is a great way to use up some of that leftover chain. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm actually going to pick it up using my using my flush cutters here. So I know that I want to aim right for that 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to kind of sneak in here, and I'm going to do 1 extra length here because this is the one I'm going to cut. And then I'm just going to come and snip that off. So now I have my desired length. And one way to kind of match that up here, and I'm going to show you this little technique. So I'm going to put it onto my head pin here so I can just kind of line it up. Now this is really delicate chain, so you just want to make sure that you kind of put it together and line it up there. And that looks about right. Now, I want to make sure that I don't cut off too much. So I'm going to actually cut off a little extra there because I want to make sure that they align. Because here's another thing I like to do. I like to count the links in my chain as opposed to just the length. So while this is tedious, it will make nice even earrings for yourself. All right, so this is the second one I cut off. So it's probably going to be just 1 or 2 longer. So I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers and just kind of count this really quick here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. All right, so I have 27 in that first one there. And now let me get this one together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So I did add 1 extra one. So all I'm going to do is cut off this 1 little link there. All right. So separate that. So now I have 2 even lengths of chain here. Let me get my little scraps out of the way. All right. So we're going to kind of build both of these simultaneously here. So what I want to do first is I'm going to take one of my head pins and slide on that bead and let it fall all the way down to the bottom, just like so. And I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers, and I'm going to grip just above that little bead right there. Just enough so that I can kick it back, and I'm going to wrap it up and over the top, and I'm going to bring it around the front there. And you can see that there's a little gap in between where this piece is, my tail really, and that little loop. And what I want to do now is I'm going to take it and I'm just going to slide it onto the last link in one of those chains. So go ahead and remove your pliers there and just kind of slide that up. Now I like to kind of hold it this way. If you're left-handed, you might want to reverse it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my chain nose pliers and I'm just going to pinch around that little loop right there. So I want to keep the chain out of the way, and I'm going to pinch around that little loop. Now, you can either do this with your fingers if you have enough strength there. If not, what I like to do, a little tip, is go ahead and use that pair of bent nose pliers and you just kind of wrap it around. And don't worry about this getting kinked on the end because we're going to cut that off. I'm going to wrap around once and twice. And I think we'll be able to make this go just across the top there. All right, so now we can separate that out. And what we want to do is we want to clip off any remaining wire there with our flush cutters. Perfect. And now, set that aside and kind of come in, and if you need to, you can just sort of pinch that little end there. So that's one setup ready to go with that wrapped wire loop. So all we need to do is we're just going to repeat that. And again, just try to get it about the same length away. Wrap it up and over, kind of rotate your pliers. And then we're going to slide on that little chain. Now these are 22 gauge head pins. If you do use a higher gauge, it might not fit through this chain. So just keep that in mind if you're kind of working with a couple different pieces there. Okay. All right. So same thing, kind of pinch the end. Let's get our chain out of the way. Now, like I said, this is also so that you can see that wrap happening, but I like to really utilize my tools. I think it makes for better work just in general. So now I'm going to come in and snip that off. Okay, great. So now I have both little pieces here, and to finish it off, it's very simple. We're just going to come in, and on this particular earring post, it has a little open loop at the back. So all we need to do is just kind of open that like a little jump ring. And then we can slide on our earring and close that up. So it's nice and seamless. No need for any extra jump rings. You can if you want to. Like I said, if you are using like a bigger chain or something, but I wanted to keep this as delicate as possible and use as few ingredients as possible, because I think this is a wonderful way to use up some pieces that you might already have. You might have some bigger beads or gemstones or anything like that kind of hanging around, some little scraps of chain. So this is a great way to utilize all that stuff. Okay, so there we have our little pair of earrings. So again, feel free to adjust that length to your desired size there. Let me get my little scraps out of the way. There we go. But that is how easy it is to make the Times Square earrings. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can get all of these supplies and see even more tutorial videos by heading over to Beadaholique.com. And if you're new to our YouTube channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button below to get all the latest from Beadaholique.